Hey guys, it's time to talk about the after the game stuff in Pokemon X and Y. Before we get to that though, I want to talk about the giant dude. You know, the giant dude in the game. I don't remember his name. He had a little like flower Pokemon as his friend. Who the hell was he? Like, seriously, like what was that? He's like 12 feet tall, enormous dude. He's over 3,000 years old. He has somehow the capability of creating some sort of giant flower laser cannon. That dude's gotta be an alien, right? Right? Come on now. Has to be an alien. Just has to be some sort of weird, ancient, giant, technologically advanced alien. That's a weird thing to just toss randomly into a Pokemon game with very little explanation amongst all the other things that are going on. At that time, at the end of the game, I was like, he's Mewtwo, right? Like, is he Mewtwo? Am I crazy for thinking that that giant dude with all the powers was Mewtwo? I apparently was, because very quickly after the game, you sort of poke around in some of the caves and some of the places, and hey, there's Mewtwo right there. I kind of thought he would be in a cave, not unlike the first game, where you have to go through and fight all these Pokemon that are high levels and then find Mewtwo and catch him. That was not the case. There he was. And I caught him. I didn't use the Master Ball or anything like that. The cave I think that I wanted, ended up getting, was the one that had Zygarde in it. Now I explored that cave a little bit earlier in the game, and it was just really hard to get through. I ended up just going and doing some other things, but eventually I went through and I caught that Zygarde, which he was a little bit hard. Like, I think I had some trouble with him. He did camouflage himself somehow to be a type I could paralyze. Like, I was trying to paralyze him with the Raichu, and he turned into like a different, maybe like a rock type or a normal type or something, even though he wasn't able to be paralyzed at first, so that helped me, I guess. The only other big thing that was in the end of the game was that little village, which is basically like, you know, the competitive village. It was a cool little setting, but there wasn't much to it. I think I got spoiled by the 4th generation, just having this this pretty massive subcontinent for you to explore with new Pokemon and new settings and legendaries and stuff like that. It was a big surprise to me to be surfing randomly. I don't know why I was there. It was just some river, and then suddenly, here's a Moltres. I was like, holy crap, it's a Moltres. I guess I'm gonna catch that thing, but then it runs away before you can even attack it. Like, it was a new experience. I later found out that you got to just see it a bunch of times and then catch it normally, which is kind of odd. And then I realized those were the only legendaries I could get in this game. I was kind of shocked. I thought it would be a lot more than 3. I think that's the general gist for me for this end of the game, is that there's not that much going on. I mean, I guess they're saving some for the Pokemon Z or whatever you want to call it, but I was a little disappointed that there wasn't that much to do. It was a much easier like battle subway system where you go on the performance floor and you fight trainer after trainer and they all give you battle points. I appreciated that that's easier, but I haven't really picked up the game too much since I went through one of those battles. It just seemed like there wasn't that much to do. What did you think at the end of the game? Was it cool? Was it not as good as some of the previous games? Are you excited to play Pokemon Z? Do you have a bunch of kick-ass Pokemon that you kill people with in competitive play? You gotta let me know, because this is actually the last video I'm gonna make for the X and Y, so I appreciate you continuing to watch these videos. If you're Pokemon fans or whoever you are, I appreciate you continuing to watch these videos. I will see you next time.